I'm sick, but I'm still gonna record a video. That's just how much on that grind I am. So today's video is on a woman that is trying to grow cheese out of her private parts. I'm not gonna say anything since it's the start of the video, bro.
Today is day 1 of making cheese from the human vaginal ecosystem. One of the primary genera of bacteria living in the vaginal ecosystem is called Lactobacillus, and that is actually the bacteria that is used to create starter cultures for foods such as cheese.
Okay, but why? Why would you try this? I don't see a point in this. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. How did you come up with this idea? Genuinely. What, were you and your friend just like sitting down and were like, you know what? We should make cheese out of our coochie. That's a great idea. You know the Sims will buy it. We will become millionaires off this. Like, is that your thought process? Is that what you were thinking?
The nutrients that it needs to grow while it incubates. We try to keep everything as clean as possible, using gloves, wiping everything down, washing our hands. We don't want anything nasty growing in our kitchen.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anything nasty growing in our kitchen, even though we are growing bacteria from our love box.
We don't really have a big fancy lab we can work out of, so this will have to do for now. We tape over our plates just to make sure that if they do fall or get dropped or anything, they don't fly open and get contaminated or contaminate anything around them. And then we label them with the date. And
are you holding this girl captive? She's just staring blankly into the screen. I don't think she wants to do this. How much are you paying her? Are you letting her see her family after this? I know you aren't fully there because you're making cheese out of your coochie, but you still gotta use some common sense.
Okay. So it is officially day 3 of the coochies experiment. This is insane. 500,000 people have seen me talk about my coochie on the internet. But you know what? It is what it is. It's all in the name of science. So here we go.
What question were you trying to solve with this experiment? And you can even call it that. What were you trying to solve? Will your STD cheese solve world hunger? Will it feed the starving children in Africa?
I wanted to start off by saying thank you to everyone who lended their support. It's really exciting when people are excited about things that I'm really passionate about.
This is what you're passionate about making stuff that is supposed to be edible out of your parts. I think you need to get some new hobbies or get some better friends that will tell you no. If you had some good friends that would be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't upload it to thousands of people.
To those of you who were really grossed out by my first video, I'm so sorry. This was not intended to reach the audience that it did. This was supposed to be a little video diary for me.
So you're telling me that someone making a outrageous statement on the internet got you views? I am so surprised by this information. Do you think if I make ice cream out of my semen, I would become popular on TikTok?
So as to why I'm doing this, we covered lactose fermenting bacteria in one of my classes. I asked my professor, would it be possible to isolate these bacteria and use it to culture things like cheese and yogurt? And she was like, I mean, theoretically, yeah, I have.
That isn't a very good reason. I could test out if I could survive jumping off a building. Does that mean I should? No.
It's time for day 4 results. Today has been literally so insane. Some of y'all on this app can be so wild. And if you think that I'm wild for making cheese out of my genital microbiome, like, imagine the people that are sending death threats over cheese.
That's just the average internet now, bro. You could save a dog from a burning building and you will get death threats. So, you just gotta deal with it. That's just part of like the internet culture now if you get popular.
And then some super exciting news. I had asked my professor if there would be a possibility for me to show these results to someone at the university.
What professor would be excited about your cheese? About your like weird human body cheese thing? I highly doubt a professor is gonna be like, you genius. You just cured cancer with this. Now kids aren't dying from leukemia because of you. Thank you.
And possibly recreate them in a lab. And she said, maybe.
You see, why? You could have done so many other things, scientific stuff, and you decide to do this with your time.
Brie spit, grow nice and juicy. This is the one that I'm going to be isolating today because I think it's about damn time. Look how much that grew. And just so everyone knows, this is normal. There's nothing wrong with Brie.
I think Brie has an STD.
I think my plate is kind of fucked up. We also did different techniques for spreading it. So I promise there's nothing wrong with Brie. I pinky promise. Stop.
Who sees that and goes, delicious? I really want to make that into cheese. Even though you know that was in my body, I really just would like want to take a big chunk out of that.
Stop hating on Brie. And then this is just the sample from this morning, and it's growing really, really well. Already, like I literally did this at 5 in the morning, which is.
You know what? I'm just a hater. I know you. If it actually works, you're gonna make bank off this. Thank you all for watching today's video. If you liked it, like. If you disliked it, dislike it. My links are in the description. Bye.